So, around this magnificent circuit.
On the medium rear tyre. So he's gone with the softer option here. And that will probably mean in the early stage to be strong. Depends. The constructions do overlap quite a bit. Temperature-wise, Ian, what's it like down there?
It's hot, Gavin.
Right.
It's proper hot. 31 degrees, no clouds in the sky, only a very, very gentle breeze. It's going to be a bit of a test of endurance.
Great start to the race. Runs wide. Right and then left. The track falling away from you all the time as you ride down there. Keep the pressure on the back.
He wants to get past him. Really is good on the brakes down there.
A slight gap.
He's starting to make a move. He's starting to think about it. The first little look there up the inside of the ears flying, and he's a man in form.
Through the fast dog leg, over the top of the crest, and then it's downhill. He's a wily campaigner, and he will know just what's needed to snatch positions in the late stages.
The 6th to 2nd gear, downhill, back wheel jumping off the ground.
It's over that short rise, and then they pile down to turn 1. Trying to make some progress with the softer tyre. Told you we challenged for the podium spot. Just stalking him at the moment. He's really buzzing for this one, isn't he? Desperate. Now comes through to the lightning round on the inside, tries to upbrake. No way through. A slight gap. Does he have the stability on the brakes? On the inside, trying to make his way through. Now, as he runs it off track, he was pushing so hard, and he's trying to dirt track his way through the gravel to get back on, but he's going to join last.
This is the final bend into this long uphill start and finish straight. Tyres play such an important part of the race here. It's the centre part of the tyre more than anything, isn't it, with so many hard braking areas that do cause problems. So, yeah, gamble I would say, but very interesting indeed. It should make, one would hope, for a really exciting opening few laps of the race.
Now we're on board.
Front tyre, going to take a lot of pounding, of course, in the race.
He has a bit of a look behind, just taking his time on this warm-up lap. And now we come through.
Perfect conditions, with a massive crowd, exciting.
Huge gap, but don't count out either of them. Does he have the stability on the brakes? Told you we challenged for the podium spot. A slight gap. He's someone who sets the bike up for the race distance.
Fastest lap of the race so far. We'd like to see some, perhaps, indication soon that he's capable of closing that gap. 2 over the rise. Very late on the brakes indeed.
Will he have a line, perhaps, for the next left-right combination?
It's coming up now, longer run along the top of the circuit.
That left-right combination. Oh, and again, just all sorts of lines they're taking through there. Slipstream again.
And then fast up to the left-hander.
Look at the gap, how it's opened up over the last 3 laps. Right on the rear. Runs wide.
And up into 6th gear as quick as you can.
In second, on board with him now as we look at the rear.
Coming under more and more pressure. And he's made it stick.
Might later on in this race start challenging, and he will, I reckon, close them and then attack them. Gradually picking riders off. Right on the rear. That was a great manoeuvre, classic manoeuvre at the end of the straight. Just pulls in front of him. Consistently churn out fast laps, time and again. It is seriously impressive.
You watch him plunge downhill now, just classic. Both of those on those medium compound rear tyres, aren't they? The Bridgestone tyres, not the harder compound. So it should go well now. Towards the end of the race, we're unknown territory there.
Just follow him and go with him.
Yep, if he can stay the pace, he's probably best just to be dragged along with him.
Brilliant stuff. Right and then left, the track falling away from you all the time as you ride down there.
Now, both of these riders are on the medium compound rear tyre, aren't they? So it'll be interesting to see if that starts to go off as the race goes on. Unaware of the drama behind him. 3 laps to go, dives down the hill.
He was 7/10 quicker. So that gap's closed a little as well over the last couple. He has his head down.
Who's brave enough to try and take it on through here? All over the rear wheel there. Beautifully situated, isn't he?
But he's going to run it deep. As they go into the double apex right-hander.
Long, long way to go.
Now 2 seconds behind.
Another difficult right and left downhill. This is the battle for 2nd place.
Both of these riders will get stronger as the race goes on.
An intriguing battle.
Bikes running well.
Down into 2nd gear, right and left once again. Again, it's difficult. Again, it's hard on the tyres.
Now down to half a second. There he is. They know the bike's struggling and he's doing well with it.
Still stalking.
The gap across the line, 1.7 seconds.
He's riding this race in his bed. This is a tremendous battle.
Fancy having a nibble here.
Get in his way, block him all you can. Get ready now for the battle.
Now he'll try and pull away as much as possible because he knows the pressure will be coming. He gets to the inside. He's always got it. We know he's got the capability of getting away at the front. He loves a race like that, and it's a race against himself more than anything. It says there that he's gained some.
Surely will come back at him.
He's not riding for anyone else. He wants second. He'd like to win the race if he could. New circuit record.
Is the tide turning? We'll find out.
Now he'll try and pull away as much as possible because he knows the pressure will be coming.
It's not going to be that easy though, is it? Oh, he just about hangs in there, right behind him. This is still the battle for second place. Press conference yesterday, he suggested that he could do well, but he didn't really suggest he could win the race. I don't think he thought in race trim that the Honda was as well prepared, or certainly in the right trim to beat the Yamaha, but it's certainly done that.
Probably be thinking about closing in later on. They're not too far away either, within touching distance, so they just need to bide their time at the moment. Nothing is won at this stage of the race.
He didn't think he would probably be battling with the two Hondas the way he is at the moment.
Pushing hard, wasn't he? Losing the front end. Don't tell me he's going to start having front end problems now.
Ride these sort of races brilliant though. He is absolute classic man to ride at the front. Over the start and finish line, over the drop they come, and that is World Championship form.
Well, before the race you would have said it was these three for the podium. Maybe not if you look to the grid time, but if you look at the lap charts, these were the three with the pace. He's done that in a couple of races so far this season, but he will tail back towards the end of the race. Do you remember in Le Mans that happened as well? Qatar, he was up there in the early stages and dropped back. He didn't quite drop back as much in Spain, but he did, didn't he, at Jerez?